Okay guys, yesterday I got to do a tool haul with Scoutcrafter and it was a pretty cool experience. So I look forward to sharing my stories with you and taking you through the items I picked up. So Scoutcrafter let me know about a tool swap meet that was going on not too far from where I live. So I ended up getting over there. It was from 6 to 8 and I got over there about 6:15 or so after doing a bunch of things that had to get done. And I started walking around and I came across a few items at the tables there that interest me. So that were these three items here. And I'll take you through those real quickly. The first one I thought was really unique was this battery terminal pliers. I'd never seen one like this, and what's so cool about this is that it actually has, you know, once you get the top post, you can kind of spread those out. I know there's not a lot of top post type batteries anymore, but I thought that was really cool. And this says Pisano Wrench and Tool Company out of Mass. So a couple of Italians out of Massachusetts there, and I think I paid $3 for that. And I thought this proto wrench was just so cool. Line wrench, USA, really neat. Never seen that design before. I paid $1 for it, so couldn't beat that. I'm so excited to tell you about these Scoutcrafter stories here, so give me a minute. And there's actually an item that's still in my car that's really unique that I'll share with you. But a pair of 440 channel locks. I thought these were neat because I'd never seen one like this that has a screw or a nut on this side. And I looked, and they're actually an older pair. I see the newer ones. This is a pair of 430s, I believe, and these aren't super new. Had these for a while. And the reason you could tell how old channel locks are is if they're engraved, you know, they're a little older. Nowadays, everything's laser printed. These are definitely engraved. And there's actually a 1953 patent on this for Canada, I believe. So these are definitely older, and they'll come apart real nice, and I'll be able to clean them up. And these are the 440s, a 12-inch, which I didn't have, and I think I paid $4 for that. So a couple of really cool deals there. So I got these items, and then I saw Johnny was outside talking to some of his buddies, and I said, well, let me go out there. There was some more tables out there, take a look around, and introduce myself to John, and then the night just got better. All right, so first, Scoutcrafter story. Introduce myself to John. He says, Tom, I'm so glad you're here. Glad you made it. I bought something for you. You bought something for me? I was like, oh, okay. He's like, you got 20 bucks? Give me 20 bucks. I'm like, yeah, sure. He's like, you don't have to. He's like, let me show you what I got first. So he walks me over to his car and he pulls out this beautiful SK socket set. And I don't know if you can read on here. It says, as is $20. And the reason it says as is $20 is because the guy told John that he thought the ratchet was a little messed up. All right, take a look at this beauty. So John takes me over to the car, opens it up, shows me this. I couldn't get $20 out of my pocket fast enough. So John pulls this out and he's like, Tom, take a look at the ratchet. The guy told me it's a little, something wrong with it. And I was pulling on it, and it was definitely bound up a little bit. To me, though, it just felt like it was just really needed a good lubing. So that was the first thing I did when I got this home. Pulled it apart, like brand new in there. The ratchet was barely ever used, and listen to this now. I mean, smooth as can be, very little back drag, like brand new. This very little wear on the entire set. I love SK, as you guys know, and hey, we'll get into SK being sold to maybe a Chinese company, which is absolutely devastating, at another video. Who knows, we might have to have a funeral here on the channel for SK, especially if they take manufacturing out of the USA. But hey, back to something a little bit more pleasant. We'll deal with that when it comes. But look at this. Beautiful. So this just got my night started. I'm like, holy smokes, 20 bucks for this beautiful SAE SK socket set, brand new, very, very lightly used. So it basically goes from, what is this, a 3/8 up to 3/4 on the deeps, and I think these usually go, is it 3/4 here? Yeah, 3/4 here as well. Sometimes the shorts go a little deeper, but beautiful set. The case is straight as an arrow. These, when you could find these when the plastic's intact like that, is super rare. Probably from the 80s, if I had to guess on this one. Has a tiny little bit of surface rust on this. I will take everything out, wipe this down with WD-40, clean that surface rust up, and that'll be another SK socket set to the collection. And it'll have extra special meaning, being that John secured it for me, not even knowing 100% that I was going to be there that day. So really appreciate that. So then John says, all right, well, hey, have you been through the tables yet? I said, yeah, I picked up a few items. He goes, well, let's go take another look. So we go in, and I say to John, hey, John, I want to show you these pliers I came across. I think I really want them, but I'm not sure 100% if they're how they work or what they're all about. And he goes, oh, Tom, that's a pliers wrench. He goes, you don't have one of those? You got to get it. I said, well, it doesn't close all the way. Is there an issue with it? He goes, no, this is how they work. So he showed me when you extend the handle, it frees up the jaw, and then you could set it where you want it. And that is so neat. So this is a multi-purpose type tool that can be used as a pliers, a wrench, a line wrench. As you can see, it's got this is in very good shape. And these jaws actually can come out. And when you can find these with the jaws, then they're worth a lot more money, $50, $60 or I saw on eBay. But this is a nice universal jaw that I think this will be fun to clean up. So stay tuned for a restoration video on this where I get this going and cleaned up. But this I date back to probably the 50s and the 60s when these were pretty popular. This is an 8-inch Chicago, or it's a plier wrench, and it says Chicago, 40 Illinois. So I have to do some more homework on these, but that's what I found so far, and it's a really unique, cool tool, and I would have never bought it if John didn't show me how to use it and tell me that $10 was a pretty good deal. So then, we walked through and we checked out a whole bunch of other stuff. John found some amazing stuff. He'll be doing a video, I'm sure, on the things he found. Here's a picture of a really unique item, some sort of siphon or something that he'll be doing on his channel. And then as we were getting ready to wrap out and just go to the parking lot and chat for a while, there was a guy walking out and packing up for the day, and he had this really unique item, and John says, Tom, you gotta buy that to restore. So let me go get it out of the car. All right, here it is, and this thing is a monster. It measures 30 inches across and about 14 inches high, and it is a vintage asbestos shingle cutter. So if you remember, I know my first house had the asbestos shingles on them, and they lasted forever. All you had to do was paint them, but obviously asbestos, we learned later on, was a dangerous toxin, and basically people just sided over them in time. But like I said, the guy was walking out with this, and Scoutcrafter said, Tom, he basically got the guy down to $10, said, if you don't take this thing, I'm taking it. This will be a fun restoration, clean it up, paint those letters nice and proud, and it would be a great display piece. You could mount it on a nice piece of wood is what I was thinking. So this will be a great restoration project. And John assured me, he's like, Tom, trust me, this thing's worth way more than $10. They're getting $60, $80, $100 plus on eBay, plus shipping. And who would even know that except Scoutcrafter? Like, who would even know that this I wouldn't even be looking at something like this, but seems to work well. He said those blades should clean up well. And you would just slide the shingle in there and it would snap it off. It advertises it's lightweight because it is made out of aluminum, so that'll be clean up really nice. I'll probably figure out what color to paint it, polish out some stuff, maybe do the handle a different color, paint it proud, the letters like I mentioned, and then it'll be a great display piece for the shop, either hanging on the wall. I'm thinking more mount it somewhere, but fun project upcoming. So thanks to Scoutcrafter as my $10 find. Once again, bought something I would have never thought of buying if it wasn't for him, but this time he was actually with me, which made it extra special. I love tools since I was probably about, 8 years old. Got my first real toolbox at like 10 or 12. Been wrenching on cars since about that age. But I never knew that you could take an old tool and make it look new again. So thanks to Scoutcrafter for that. This is an old pair of Kleins that I did a while ago, and I just never thought in a million years you could find rusty tools. So great hobby. If you haven't seen my restoration videos, check those out. Obviously not as good as Scoutcrafters, but I got some interesting restos on there, I think, and I'm going to continue to do so. All right, one last look at everything here. How about that shingle cutter? Can't help but chuckle every time I take a look at it. That beautiful SK socket set, that really cool pliers wrench, really fun time picking up some really great items. Really fun spending some time with Scoutcrafter. So thanks for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe and stay tuned for more tool hauls, tool restorations, and reviews. Thanks.